losing gains, right? Losing muscle. As a bodybuilder, you know, you get injured, you retire, you basically lose your muscle mass, right? Psychologically, mentally, right? When you're a bodybuilder and you have this frame, you know what I'm saying, and you go through this loss, what goes in your mind? I mean, how do you feel inside of yourself, you know?
I can't really relate when I had my kidney transplant because I just thought my life was over. But there were 3 other occasions where I was really badly injured, and I was still competing. The first one, obviously, was in '93, where I broke C7 and C7 and C6.
The car accident,
right? Broke my collarbone and fractured my skull and all that stuff. And I remember going to the Olympia and watching, and I was just like, I was like, how do I catch back up to these guys? Because here I am standing still, and they're running 100 miles an hour. You know, they're not going to slow down. So how do I make up this time? And I went through such a depression. I just atrophy everywhere because, you know, when you don't train at that same level or not able to eat at that same level, yeah, you're going to lose everything. I mean, it's like traveling at a certain speed. You're traveling 100 miles an hour. Your foot depressed on the pedal at a certain degree. Take your foot off, it's going to start retarding. The body's going to do the same thing. So what I went through during a car accident, just laying in bed and not being able to do anything is, you know, I'm a mental case anyway, as it is. I'm an overthinker. I analyze things too much. So imagine that type of mind frame, laying in bed, having to stare at the ceiling with this brace on and all the equipment in my own home, you know, because I went home in my own home and just laying there probably 17 hours a day, being awake because of the drugs I was on didn't allow me to sleep. But just laying there thinking about it. It just, you know, beat me up alive. So it beat me up pretty bad. But so the good thing about when I finally got back in the gym, I started responding really, really fast. So that kind of helped me. But my mental jacked up state is like, yeah, okay, I'm getting back there, but it's not like these guys that stood still and wait for me. Like, come on, man, we'll wait for you, you know, to catch up. They're still blasting. So I'm like, how am I going to catch them? But it was agonizing, you know, all the self-doubt, you know, could I do it again? You know, can I make this happen again? Do I have it in me? You know, am I good enough as my time passed? So yeah, it was pretty rough.
Obviously, in your case, it was you know, it was injuries. What if a guy just retires, right? And you just sort of like, you know, you just get lazy, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to the gym every day. You don't want to do that, you know what I'm saying? But like people are used to seeing you a certain way. They're used to seeing you in that persona, you know what I mean? Like, do you think that psychologically that affects you? Like people kind of look at you like, oh, what happened to you, man? Like, you know what I mean?
It's like insult to injury because, I mean, I went through that too also, especially after my kidney transplant when I started going back out in public. First and foremost, I identify it to what I look like when I look in the mirror. And it's extremely hard, you know, knowing that I looked a certain way just a year ago. And now I'm, you know, I can say it in a joking fashion now, but, you know, then I would say, geez, I'm reduced to just a mere mortal. You know, when I was, you know, like demigod, you know, here I am just a mere mortal. And just, I mean, bro, it's a tormented world. Your clothes don't fit right. Your shirts don't fit right. Your pants don't fit right. When you walk, you don't feel a certain way because of the muscle mass that you used to carry. You see the atrophy all over your body. Now, what's insult to injury is when you go in public, because everyone either looks at you and you think they know who you are, or they'll come up to you. What was worse for me is when people walk up to like, wow, anybody ever say you look like Flex? And, you know, at first I would get mad for a couple of months. I just would look at them and walk away. And, you know, other people would say, wow, man, you know, you look like, you know, Flex's little brother. Have you ever heard of Flex before? And I'd be like, yeah, I heard of him. Ever tell you look like Flex? You go, yeah, I heard that twice or, you know, 3 times maybe. And I would just keep walking. And whoever was with me would be like, damn, man, you're an ass. I go, I'm the ass. You just tell them you're a flex. I go, really? You think they would believe me? So I'm like, yeah, what am I going to convince them? Yeah, I'm flex fine. And what's bad about it is they don't see you every day like we do. They don't live around you, so they have this image of you locked into their minds of what they've seen in a magazine or in videos. So when they see you, it's a shock to them. Immediately, they think that you're not okay. What happened? What do you mean what happened? I'm old. And no matter whether you're injured or not, your time will come when you walk away. You look at every previous bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia. You look at Lee Haney, look at Arnold, look at it all will happen naturally, and everyone will have to deal with that. It's funny, the guys who retire a year or two later, they still look good, can carry a good weight, and they're like, yeah, I'm never going to get small. Trust me, it's going to happen, and then you're going to have to deal with it.
Well, you're back now, man.
Yeah, I'm back now. But even still now, I get people like, oh, you're not going to look like you used to. I'm like, I'm not trying. So, you're never going to make everyone happy. I still constantly get beat up now. Oh, you're going to take dead last. Oh, you suck. You look like poor. But, I get way more positive things, people, the positive things people, and I really appreciate that. But, like I said before on air, is you're never going to make everybody happy.
Nicely put, Flex. Thanks so much, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Good
Definitely.
interview, man.
Generation Iron 2.